here is how we're gonna work together to find ourselves in 2025. So my number one rule for this year is I'm gonna break the rules. I am a rule breaker. Some rules are meant to be broken, and the ones that I would like to break are society's rules for what's right, society's rules for how things should be done, and I'm gonna make my own way. I'm tired of people telling me how things should be done. This is my life. This is the only one I get. This is the only version of myself, and I don't get a do-over. So I'm gonna break the rules, the societal rules and pressure that people put on us from the time we exit the womb, and we're gonna start saying no. We're gonna start saying no to people, even when we love them, even when we would love to do whatever they ask. If it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit, and it doesn't matter if it would be a good fit sometimes. It's okay to say no, and so we're gonna do it, right? Yeah. So what does saying no even look like? To me, saying no is telling your friend that you can't hang out at 7 p.m. because you are gonna be really tired, and if they want to hang out, then we can hang out at 4 p.m. today. And if that doesn't work, then it's like, okay, well, I'm so sorry. Let's plan a different day. It can also look like your family member asking you if you can bring a dish to a family gathering, and you know that you will, if you take the time to make a dish for that family gathering, then you will not have time to run your errands for the weekend. And so just tell your family member, so sorry, I won't be able to do that. I can pick something up, or etc. Or it's okay to just say no. No's a sentence. You don't have to have an excuse. You don't owe an excuse to anybody, and the people that really love you will honor that. I know that for a fact because I have experienced it for myself. So that's how we're gonna say no. And coming with saying no, sometimes that looks like honoring your needs. And what honoring your needs means is making sure that you are getting everything that you need to live a healthy life. That means getting your water, getting your sleep, getting your walks in, all of that stuff, right? And so you need to know what are those things that you need on minimum to function and be happy in life. And then if there's anything that compromises that or tries to take you away from that and it can't be worked out, then that's whenever you have a little guideline on when and how to say no. So for me, honoring my needs is I do gotta go on my walks. I do need to be in bed at a certain time. I need some time to recharge. I'm an introvert. I am very outgoing, so I love being around people, but I'm an introvert. I need to recharge. So if I have used up my social battery too much, unfortunately, I'm going to have to say no to your gathering, and maybe we can hang out next time. So we are saying no, we are honoring our needs, we're taking care of ourselves, we're putting ourselves first. All of those things are great, right? But just the idea of
making progress when you've been stuck in a rut for so long can be so daunting and overwhelming. And it's still like, okay, great, Luna, thanks for your lovely advice, but where do I start? And what I'm going to let you know is we're going to start small. We're going to start small. We're going to take little bitty baby steps. Just like with any habit, it takes practice, it takes time, and we're not on somebody else's timeline. We are on our own timeline. We have our own journey. And so we are starting small. And baby steps can look really, really tiny, and they can feel like they're not making a difference. And then 3 months later, you're down the road, and all of a sudden you realize you have this new habit of going for walks. You have this new habit of brushing your hair in the morning and actually getting dressed for the day. Like, you are making moves, even if it doesn't look like immediate success to you. And the thing is about success is we get to define our own success. Success is not a metric that others provide to us, even though they do try, and you are going to have to resist the struggle of societal pressures being put on you, but you define your own success. So what that looks like is you saying, this is what success looks like to me, and this is how I know I am living in my values and following the path that works best for me. And this is how I will know when I've reached the milestones that are important to me. So we're defining our own success in 2025. And another thing that we're doing, instead of starting, in addition to starting small, is we're not just ignoring what's going on in the world, but we're providing ourselves time. Like, we are setting aside time to, deal with and stay informed and things like that without doom scrolling. So there is a huge, obviously there's so much going on in this world right now, so many terrible things. We're not going to talk about that here. The thing is, there's a time and there's a place, and we want to stay informed, but we're giving ourselves a time and place for that. We're not letting it consume our days. We cannot live like that. So that's another thing that I beg you to do is let go of the doom scrolling, and give yourself a specific time and place to be informed and to consume things, so you are in the loop without losing your soul.
I have 2 final points that I want to touch on for you. And the first one is that when you're starting small, sometimes it can feel like a lot on your own. And so my advice to you is to lean on the resources you have available to you. And you might not necessarily even know what those resources are. But the thing is if you're struggling, there are other people. Look for the helpers. Look for people who are going through similar things as you, or maybe just people that you can trust, that are safe, and kind of bring up what you're going through, that you feel like you've lost yourself and you don't really know what your next step is, but that you're looking for resources. And I'm sure there are other people out there that are experiencing things that they can give you insight on, local resources or online resources that are free or affordable that can really help. And then another thing is, whenever I'm talking about leaning on your resources, don't forget that community is such an important resource. And the thing is our society has evolved to make you feel more and more alone. And
we're not getting that feeling of community back without a little work on our part to make it happen. And it's not all on your shoulders, but I would say just trying to uplift the community in the ways that you can. So whether it's online or locally in person, there are so many different ways to uplift the community. And one thing that I personally have found is whenever I am in that uplifting mindset and I feel like I am doing my part for the greater good of the community, already it feels like I am taking control of my own personal life because I'm making this world a better place in general. The one thing I'll caution you on is that the things going on in this world is not your fault. Like, there's only so much that we can do on a personal level, and I do hope that you'll confront that one day if you haven't already. But also, there's a lot of we've neglected our personal journey so much that we don't always know where to start. And so please don't just dive head first and make it your whole entire life purpose and personality if you're not ready for that yet. There are seasons and times and places for everything. I know I mentioned that already, but it is so true. So making sure you're dipping your toes in slowly, and starting small, like we talked about, you'll be better off for it. So with all of that, I hope you're having such a lovely day. And I definitely am so excited to be sharing my ideas and messages. A personal note from me, if you've made it this far, then I did want to share some of my personal goals. But I made a vision board for 2025, and I made a bingo card to kind of go over some of my goals. And really the theme for me this year is breaking the rules, societal rules, and using myself as inspiration, because I've done so many cool things that I just haven't even celebrated. And the thing is if I've done it before, I can do it again, and I can do it better, and I can continue to grow and evolve and have a good time. And I just want to use myself as inspiration so I don't fall into that comparison trap that I so frequently do. And then also I wanted to share my bingo card. I'm gonna share a picture of it on the screen here. But the thing is my goal is to get a bingo. The goal isn't to knock everything out of the park, but I'm not gonna stop. When I hit bingo, we'll just see what happens. It's a low pressure. I just want to have a lot of options, and some things are more stretch goals, and some things are gonna be easy peasy. So anyways, I am so excited and inspired to be sharing what's on my mind. So if you have enjoyed this, please let me know. Also, I kind of don't care. I'm going to be posting this whether anybody watches or not. And so let's just see where this journey takes us. But until next time, I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll talk to you later.